Yes, hello and welcome to another episode of Satoshi's 365 Days of Bitcoin History. Today's day is Wednesday, the 22nd of November 2023, the year of BSV. Buy BSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Here we go, so let's get into it today. So today in history, on the 22nd of November 1963, was the assassination of John F. Kennedy and J.D. Tippit, which we'll get into in just a second. So let's go over this speech that JFK made, telling us, or trying to warn us about what was going on in today's world. Let's have a listen.
Clear and present danger. If you are awaiting a finding of clear and present danger, then I can only say that the danger has never been more clear, and its presence has never been more imminent. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. It conducts the Cold War, in short, with a wartime discipline no democracy would ever hope or wish to match. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people.
There we go. What a speech. So on this day back in history, this was J.D. Tippit, who was shot in the temple because it was reported that JFK had been shot in the temple, where in actual fact they pretty much blew his head off, unfortunately. But the reason they killed this guy was because they did a body switch of him. And this was the whole idea, to literally just get rid of his body to hide any trace elements of the crime. And this was the moment that happened, and we can see this in the Zapruder film of clip 313. But if you do your research on the movie, you'll actually see that they've cut frames out of the Zapruder movie, and you can see that the limousine that he's traveling in literally grinds to literally an almost halt, and you can see all the motorcade that's following the limousine literally have to all slam on the brakes and slow up, and that's when this happens. But the people who witnessed it said that they saw, much more than this, like literally things shooting 4 feet up in the air, as his cranium and parts of his skull literally exploded. And this is why when they went to inspect the body, that Jackie Onassis famously said, "It isn't Jack." She knew straight away. They were just like, look, it's not him. And the reason it couldn't be him is because they needed the story that he was shot from the back, whereas in actual fact, from that screen frame, we can see that it was shot from the front. So that's pretty much why they had to hide it. And so unfortunately, he was assassinated by his own security services on the 22nd of November 1963. And we can actually still see where he was shot from. Check it out. So there we go. That's meant to be where Lee Harvey Oswald was, but we know this is the cover story, so it's absolute bollocks. But this is Dealey Plaza, and we can do a little screenshot here. Check this out. There we go. That's the famous bookstore, and this is Elm Street. I wonder if that's where they got the name of Nightmare on Elm Street from. And we can actually see where he was shot from, because the drain cover is still there. Look, check it out. That is where the assassin was. right in there. Right in there. My goodness me, just amazing. Amazing. And the reason that was so important is because 1963 pretty much ended the end of the baby boom period from the end of the war in 1945 to 1960. And this was obviously during the roaring 60s. And it was after they got rid of him that they then planned for the Nixon shock on the 15th of August 1971, which is precisely 100 years to the day that Albert Pike released his letter to Mazzini explaining how 3 world wars should bring about a totalitarian one-world government and new world order. And it was from the Nixon shock on the 15th of August 1971 that they then started the Japanese economic miracle. From 1970 to the end of, well, sort of like the 1990s, where the cost of land in Japan surpassed the entire land mass of Canada. It was just absolutely insane. And then that was obviously followed by the financial crash, and then the Central Bank of Japan pretty much bought up all of Japan. And the Bank of Japan was, by then, part of the New World Order central banking system. And this is it's all that corruption that the Bitcoin fixes, which is why I'm doing this show today. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed it. And as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.